Welcome to Slash and Thrash, your place for all things horror, metal, and all the entertainment we love. Today, I'll be reviewing a shot-for-shot remake of Funny Games. Let's get to it. Funny Games is a 2007 remake of the 1997 film Funny Games. Michael Haneke created both renditions of the film. This is a psychological thriller film about two young men going door to door at people's summer homes and killing them. They lure their victims into basic conversation just to get into their house, and once they're in the house, well, that's when all the torturing begins. They play 6 sadistic games in order to torture their victims. So let's talk about some things that I enjoyed about the film. I really enjoy the pacing of this movie. There's never really a dull moment, and this director really knows how to show tension within a scene. You're never quite sure who's going to escape or who's going to die, so it really has you on your toes this whole entire time that this movie is on. The second thing that I really enjoy from this film are our antagonists. You just love to hate them. They are the biggest scum in most horror movies. Any scene that these killers are in is really intense. And since they're in basically the whole movie, that makes this whole film very, very intense the whole time. But these characters are written so well that you have to hate them. The way that they go about killing and the fact that they don't have a purpose and it's just fun to them, they're making this out to be a game, you really want to reach through the screen and punch someone. The third thing that I really enjoyed about this film is the execution. I enjoyed the way that this film was shot. I enjoyed the plot and how the characters just developed. I enjoy the way that the director really sucks you into the scenes. I enjoy the suspense of not knowing exactly what will happen and then finding out what happens. The way that this film was made was excellent as a horror film. Now, let's talk about the negatives. I don't have too much to complain about, but really what I hated about this movie is the father mainly, but also just the fact that nobody really tries to get away. I understand that there are scenes in which you're like, "Oh, just go for it now, go for it." But I understand that there's a lot at risk and, everything's set up to be that way. Hands down, the father really pissed me off in this film. He's played by Tim Roth. You might remember Tim Roth, who also played in films as Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction. Now, I'm not saying that he is himself as a person, but he really portrayed this character to be just the biggest pussy in horror film victim history. He literally does nothing, hardly anything to help the situation. He just sits back and watches his family get tortured. And I just want to reach through the screen and punch this guy. Because it's like, dude, they're hurting your kid, they're hurting your wife. You just knock these mother out. I would like to think that if I was in his predicament, I would at least do a little bit more to help my family out if they were being tortured. It's not easily to just sit by and watch that kind of thing. So this film isn't really an easy watch. Uh, like I said, this film is very intense, so that's why I do like it. But the fact that nobody really does anything to try to escape or help the situation that much, the mother does way more, and it's pretty sad that the kid does the most, in my opinion, to try to escape. But I'll just let you watch that and see for yourself. Well, guys, this has just been a quick review, just some basic notes about the film. Not too much to carry on about, whether positive or negative. I think that it is a good horror film, and you should definitely check this one out. I'm going to have to give this film probably 3.5 stars out of 5 because it's just that much better than just your average horror movie. But like I said, there is that one thing that, really gets under my skin. But for the most part, this is a good film. Well, there you have it. My thoughts on the 2007 remake of Funny Games. Have you seen this film for yourself? Do you want to? Do you have any other thoughts, dislikes, likes of this film? Drop all that stuff below and we'll discuss it down there. If you liked this review, please push like. If you haven't subscribed yet, please don't forget to subscribe and push the bell icon so that you get notified for every time I upload new content. Well, until next time, keep slashing, horror freaks.